Howdy, howdy, folks. A-Train here with you for another episode of Planetbase. Let's get started on Ceti Alpha 5. Nobody seems to have recognized where that is from as of yet. I'm sure now someone will make sure they go on the internet and GTS, Google that subject. So here's our base after our first day's work last weekend. We have a small landing pad, airlock, one of the larger of the two O2 oxygen generators. We have the medium-sized canteen, or large size. There's a smaller one, there's this one. We have a dorm with 2 bunks in it. We have 2 power collectors, 7,500 unit ones. These are rated as medium. We have the larger of the 2 water extractors. We have a large solar panel and a medium wind turbine, providing power for the colony. We also have a mine in operation. We have a biodome. We are growing some maize, wheat, mushrooms, maters, and medicinal plants. And then we have a processing plant where we have a metal processor which takes ore from the mine and turns it into metal that we can use for other things. And then we have a bioplastic processor which takes starch from our starchy plants and turns it into bioplastic. We track that up here in the upper right. We have food, meals, ore, metal, bioplastic, medical supplies, and spare parts. We have 7 crew right now. That's our original complement. Let me turn this off. That is, let's see, of our 7 colonists. Let's see what that breaks down as. It's 3 workers, 2 biologists, 1 engineer, and 1 medic. We have 2 bots, a carrier bot and a constructor bot, which is an engineer. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to get some people in here. We're going to open things up for colonists, and the first thing we're going to do is go for biologists. Okay, you want to get biologists in place because you need people to grow food. All right, I'm going to turn this a little bit this way. Here. We are getting our power up. We're using a little over half of our production capability. We do have a little bit of wind blowing right now. It's falling off and we're getting later in the day. But for now, this is a sufficient amount of power that we're collecting. Speaking of power, I learned by watching a video the other day that I'm doing this wrong. At least on the more advanced levels, I'm doing it wrong. On here, it's not as critical, but this still applies. So take notes, there will be a quiz. When you first start a base, your O2 generator is not what you want to build first, nor is an airlock. Of course, you gotta have something to hook it to. Water extractor is not first, all right? The first thing you want to build is a power collector. Why? Because then you're gonna build a solar panel or a wind turbine to start filling up that power collector while you build other stuff. I always build this first. And in watching the video of this guy playing the hardest of the planets, he first built this, the power collector, and then built a solar panel. So this starts filling up immediately while his people are building other stuff. Well, duh. Why didn't that occur to me in all the time I've been playing this game? Yeah. So there's a helpful hint to you. First thing you build is a power collector, then you build something to fill it up with, then you go build your other stuff. Because your people's oxygen supply in their suits is going to last a while. Okay, it'll last like the better part of the first day, if not a little longer. All right, so then you build your O2 generator and your water extractor because you got to have power and water for this to work. Then you build an airlock so your people can come in here and breathe. And then you build a canteen because you got to put a water fountain in it so that people can drink water from it so they don't get dehydrated. Okay, there's your basics of survival. They can eat in here anywhere. They can sleep on the floor, but they've got to have oxygen. They got to have water to drink. All right? Simple. Okay, so what are we going to do now, A-Train? That's a fine question you ask. We're almost at the end of the day here. What we've got to do is we're going to shut down the mine. And we are going to pick up speed here by speeding up. So that's going to shift my workers out of the mine and hopefully in here into the processing plant because we've got 9 ore. That's going to fill up that 1 metal processing machine, and right now we're actually going to build a second one. That's going to take up the one metal we have left, but that's going to facilitate us building more. All right, here we got some people. We got one more biologist. That's going to help. Okay, very good. So we got a biologist. We have reached expansion. Now, that helps us a little bit, having a biologist. Let's go back over here, and now, actually, let me do this. Let me slow things down a little bit. Because sometimes we can get a little crazy with stuff here, and we don't want to do that. The next thing I want to do is set that. There we go. All right, very good. All right, so now we've got some metal in production. This is good, because then we'll be able to build some more stuff. We got people who are tired, but again, remember we talked about this last time. When you build a dorm, only build half the number of beds for crew you have. That way everybody's not sleeping all at one time, all right? Now that ore is being loaded in the machines, and now see we've already got a new piece of metal in here, and the bots are bringing in the ore to load up the other machine. And so, see, it takes one ore plus a worker to make one metal. And you need metal to build all your structures and stuff, okay? So that's good. All right. Let's see here. What are we going to do? We're going to try to get some more people in here. We're in decent shape. Let's look at our landing permissions, and we're going to try to get more workers in here. We're about 80-20, because we could always use another biologist. All right? All right, we're going to speed things up again. That bot needs a little work. He's going to break down eventually. Biologists look like they kind of chilling, like they're standing around not doing a whole lot. So let's look at, maybe we can get some more food going here. Let's put in an onion pad, and a rice pad, Now here's the thing. The onion pad is medium maintenance, okay? See how some of them are low maintenance? All right, low and slow is good on these guys, okay? And that's a good way to produce more food for people. And then you've got stuff. Oh, so a ship just landed. Hang on. All right, we just got somebody in the colony. All right, let's go back to here. Whoops, wait, hold on. I want to see what we just got in. Okay, so now we got 4 workers, 3 biologists, an engineer, and a medic. All right, so this is good. So in theory, oh, here comes a sandstorm. This is good that our, all right, so we have a sandstorm coming in. It's good the mine's already shut down. That means there's nobody outside, all right? And our power collectors are both full, all right? So, because what happens, you'll see here as I click on the solar panel, see how it's going down, the amount it's generating out of the amount it's capable of generating. It can generate 50 if it's in excellent condition, and it's going down to nothing because it can't see through the sandstorm. It's blocking the view of the star's rays. But our wind turbine is cranking. All right, it's providing almost enough power to power the colony. We're consuming 33 and producing 30. So really, we're losing just a little bit right now, but just barely. All right, and really, what we can do, since the mine is I think we can shut that down. Now let's see what we're doing. See, now that landing pad was consuming 5 units of power, 5 kilowatts or whatever. Is that what they're? Yeah, kilowatts. So shutting that down put us back into the positive, and now we're actually feeding a little bit of power back in. We're almost full up. We're going into night. We're going to be fine. But one thing we're going to do, there's several things we're going to do. Is this episode, we are going to, now we've expanded a little bit. See, this doofus biologist needs to get inside. Come on, Artem. Get your butt inside and stay inside. I guess I could shut down the airlock, and that would keep people inside. All right? That would help save power, too. Well, a little bit. Okay, very good. All right, we're going in tonight. The wind speed's dropping off. The storm's abating. All right, so we'll go ahead and turn the airlock back on. And we're going to go ahead and turn the landing pad back on. We're going to leave the mine off for now because we're still Whoa, that was close. Ah!
Shit, that was close.
Whoa! Yikes, those meteors are close. All right. What we're going to do is we've got some metal stored up now. We're going to build a storage deal here, okay? And we're not going to build the biggest. We're going to build the second biggest. All right? We're going to put it right here off the O2 generator. Click on it, click on that, link the two together, boom. All right? So we'll get cranking on that. And let's see where we're going here. Go 4 times speed. Get back out of that. Let's go back and see how we're doing. We're in good shape. We should get some people. Now, wait a minute. We have 9 people, which means we're getting close on beds. We'll go ahead and throw one more bunk in here. Notice I'm being real tight on my space. So that'll give us sleeping for up to 12, we're going to call it, okay? Half the number of beds for a number of people you have, all right? And we're still set up on this. So we want, you know what? We're actually going to, let's go about 60-40. We could use one more biologist. We can use more workers and more biologists, and then we're going to try to get more engineers in, all right? Yikes! All right, so now that this has been built, people will go out and start bringing this stuff in. I mentioned this last time. This stuff degrades over time. Whoa, here, slow down. What do we get? We got 2 more workers. All right, so that's good. I think we've got enough workers now. They're going to pick up all this stuff because look, I click on this. See how it's in good condition? It was in excellent over here. And it's degrading slowly over time. You don't want that, all right? Because your stuff will eventually go bad. So people are going to go bring all that stuff in and put it in the storage area. That's a good thing. All right, the other thing we want to do is make sure we change our landing permissions because we don't necessarily need any more workers. We're going to go 100% there. Actually, we're going to go 50-50 engineers. And now we are going to, ooh, we're not just yet. Hang on, let me see what we got here. Everybody's going out and moving stuff into the base right now. So let's see if we can speed that up because we need to get more metal processed. See, we got 3 ore loaded in this machine. There's none in this machine. And once we get one more, we can build a, and we'll go ahead and set up to build it. We're going to build a sick bay. We're going to put that right over here. There. And we're going to connect it. Now, that's going to take 2 metal. 1 metal here and 1 metal here. We've got 1 metal in inventory. Now we've got 2 because the second one just got produced. It's in the machine. Now it got picked up. He's carrying it over there. All right. Good. Something just hit close again. That's not good. All right. Now, we've already put in some stuff for more food, but we've got some food sitting on the floor and we got some food in storage. So let's do this. We got some bioplastic. We're going to come in here and we're going to get another food deal and build another food machine. Oh, we got to ship. Quick. All right, so people just came in. It looks like we got another engineer and we got another engineer. Did we just get 2 engineers? That's awesome. I can use them. All right, so we got 6 workers, 3 biologists, 3 engineers, and 1 medic. You know what? That's good for now. I think we're going to shut down the pad for now. And we're going to reopen the mine. All right. Now that we have a sick bay, this will help us in case someone gets hurt in the mine. We're going to build 1 bed. Just 1. 1 ping only, Vasily. See if you remember what that's from.
Give me a ping, Vasily. 1 ping only, please.
Right there. You know what? I'm not worried about... I could build a medical cabinet, and then all they would do is move these medical supplies from here into here, that medical cabinet. You know something? I think the medic can carry it from here to here. It's not very far. It's not like it's a road trip all the way across the base, okay? So if someone gets hurt in the mine, they can go chill in that 1 bed and sick bay, and then the medic can come and help them. All right, so now the mine should be cranking. This should be cranking. We got 13 people. We've got 6 beds, which means everybody can't sleep at the same time, so things keep moving. Let's get some more. Do we got a bunch of starch laying over there? Not really. All right, so you can kind of tell by looking at this what you've got. This is bioplastic. Then you got a meal sitting here. Then these are vegetables. Okay. These are medicinal plants. These are medical supplies. These are spare parts. Okay. And they show the same up here. All right. So that's how you can kind of visually tell what you got going on. There's still some stuff sitting out here, though, that people haven't picked up. That's kind of pissing me off.
Am I pissing you off, Fafa?
So spare parts go to, like, your solar panel and your wind turbine. They see how the conditions coming down? Once it gets down to, like, a certain percentage, then either an engineer or the constructor bot will carry spare parts out there and they'll fix it to keep it in top working order. So it stays as efficient as possible. All right. So here's our base so far. We built us some more food, another metal processor, which now we're waiting on ore. Now, here's what you can do. All right, now I'm going to lower the priority here, which means the workers now are going to go to the mine instead of here. All right. And that way the priority will be mining ore. So this is how you kind of shift your workforce around, back and forth. All right. And then you can, once, like earlier when we had a bunch of ore stored up, you turn the mine down or off, and then you raise the priority over here in the processing plant. And that way your workers come here and they do their thing. So you build up your resources. Right now we have food, we have medical supplies, we have spare parts. Those are all good things. We're not doing any trading at the moment, though. People are doing some eating. Let's see what's in the machines. We got some salad. Salad is good. And what's this machine got? All right. Our people are eating salads. That's good. So they'll be healthy. All right. How do you know what you're going to have to eat? That's a good question. And we found out earlier, because this is the second time I've recorded this episode. I didn't realize when I was recording earlier, I didn't have the microphone on. And then I was fiddling around with trying to maybe do voiceover, and I was like, eh. And I looked and happened to have the game save from last episode, so I was able to just come back and go through it again.
Double dumbass on you!
Yeah, so that's me. All right. That said, though, I actually think this episode is going to wind up, we're going to be running shorter on this episode because I know what I did last time, and this is going to work out better. All right, so we've got some ore coming in. Let's take a look at something here, though. It's coming up to daylight. That's water extractor. All right, so now the solar panel is going to slowly turn its butt around to face the sun. Because we're high-tech. We land on other planets, but we're not smart enough to program the solar collector to point in the direction that we know the star is going to come up, the sun, whatever, the next morning. So it starts collecting immediately. No. We have to wait for it to turn its slow ass around to point in the right direction. Does anybody see a problem with that? Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, but we're doing good because we've got a full backup collector. This is our primary collector. This is the backup. So currently we're producing about 50% more than we are using. And that's going to fill that up. However, I do really want to start building up our supplies. So let's do this. Let's go back. No, I don't want to go here. Let's go here. No, I don't want to turn traders on. Let's turn colonists on. And let's get... you know what? Disregard. 6 should be enough to do both. All right, let's get busy, people. 6 people. So we got 6 workers. Now, let's say 2 of them are sleeping. There's room for 3 of them in the mine. 2 of them are working in the mine. 2 of them are working over here. Actually, it looks like 3 are working over here. Well, 1 just walked off for lunch. So, all right, we're good. So we should be pumping out some supplies here pretty quick. And so the next thing we're going to set up in our program is some additional power generation. And we're going to use... Okay, so last week I mentioned you can't build like in the middle of rocks like this. But look at the edge. See how you can see the edge of the rock and the edge of the base pad coming out from underneath it? Okay? That means you can build in that area and it'll chip away at the rocks. All right? In fact, let me show you. If you go up here and go to the outdoor pads, there's this base pad. All right, check this out. So what I can do, watch this. I'm going to put it, well, there. Okay, there it's connecting. All right. So we're going to put, watch what happens to the rock right here when I place this. Now I'm actually going to click on it and recycle it. So we didn't use anything. See how it chipped away at the rock face though? Now you can't do that infinitely. That doesn't work. But it does work at least a little bit to chip away. All right, so this is what I want to do. I want to put that solar collector here, and I want to put that guy there, because you want to make sure you're capable of generating power. And as we grow the base, you got to have more power, okay? What else can we put in here? You know, I don't think we're going to worry about putting anything else in this episode. We've expanded. We've almost doubled our crew. We're up to 13 people, 13 colonists, 6 workers, 3 biologists, 3 engineers, and our medic. We still have our 2 bots, Huey and Dewey. He's a carrier, and Dewey is a constructor because he does stuff. So that kind of seems, you know, a Huey was a carrier helicopter, and Dewey, he's doing things to get him done. Wow, how apropos was that? Just kind of pulled that out of my butt. All right. So we're going to call it for this episode. Our folks are going to carry as we get new metal produced. They're going to carry it out here and set this up to be built, and we'll have that for next time. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Planetbase, now available on Steam. If you have questions, comments, or constructive criticism, feel free to put those in the comments below. I look forward to answering your questions or comments. Planetbase is a great game. So we're doing modern day stuff with Sim Airport. We're doing old day stuff with Life is Feudal, Forest Village. And we're doing some futuristic building here on Planetbase. So give us a like if you enjoy what you see. Share the content with your friends. Really appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel. We welcome you aboard. We're almost to 100 subscribers. Should I do a giveaway or something? I mean, it kind of seems like the way to go. Like 100 people, 500, 1,000, you know, and you go from there. But I don't know. We'll see if I can facilitate maybe a giveaway when we hit 100 subscribers, and see what we can do. So thanks for tuning into the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you next time on our next episode of Planetbase. I'm A-Train. It's over, and I'm out.